Welcome to the lesson that will demonstrate how to do a fun effect with overlay in Photoshop. The first thing you'll want to do is get two large quality images that you want to put together. You can do it with a lot more than two, but my demonstration will just be two images. So I'll go ahead and open up by choosing File Open, and I'm going to open up the two images that I want to use for this effect. I will select one and hold the Control key to select the other image and choose Open. Since I want the before picture to be Peyton Manning, I'm going to go ahead and square it because, as you can see, this image needs to be squared for this particular presentation in order for it to look attractive. So I will choose Image, Image Size, and I will take the smaller number. In this case, the smaller number is 720. I will then go to a tool called the Rectangular Marquee. If you scroll over the tools in the tools window, you can see what the tool is. If the tools window is not showing, you need to go to Windows and click on Tools. As you can see, it's disappeared. I will choose Window, Tools. I also need the Layers window. It's showing over on the right, but if the Layers window is not showing, you would then go ahead and go to Window and choose Layers. So go ahead and choose the marquee, and then you're going to choose Fixed Size for the style, and you're going to type in 720 by 720 to make it a square. I will then click on the image. I will then move it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that Peyton Manning is centered, and then I will choose Image Crop. I will then choose File, Save for Web. Make sure it's a JPEG. You don't want it to be a GIF because the quality is more pixelated. So I'm going to choose JPEG and choose Save. I will then call this Peyton 1. I'm then going to go to the stadium image, and I'm going to do Control A to select all, Control C, the shortcut for copy. I will then go to Peyton's photo and do Control V for paste. I'm then going to go to the Move tool in the Tools window. It's at the top, and you can see that you can move that photo around. Well, this photo is really large, so I'll use the shortcut to transform it, which is Control T. I will hold the Shift key to constrain that, and I will go towards the center of the photo and drag it until it gets a little smaller. And that is pretty good. I might make it a little smaller. And once you're happy with the selection, you would choose the Enter key. You would then go to that Layers window, and where it says Opacity, you would change the opacity so that the image comes through. That's a possibility. Some students keep the opacity at 100%, and they experiment with some of the effects in that Layers window where it says Normal. And they would just keep experimenting till they find an effect that they really like. I'm going to go ahead and experiment. Some students might want to erase on top of Peyton Manning so that he comes through. So on layer 1, make sure you're on layer 1, take the eraser tool, and as you can see, that brush is really small, so I will go to the top and make it a larger brush. You could come in and you can start selecting. As you can see, Peyton Manning is coming through. You might just take the lasso to get large sections, and you can go ahead and just select this and hit the delete key so you can get larger sections that way, and then delete. To get rid of the selection, you would choose Select, Deselect. Otherwise, you cannot use the tools, so you want to get rid of the selection. So I will choose Select, Deselect. I'm going to zoom in with the Zoom tool, and as you can see, when I click on the picture, it gets bigger. At the top, if you want to make it smaller, you would click on the minus sign inside of that Zoom tool. But I want to make it bigger, so I will zoom in. I'm going to hold the space bar of the keyboard to move it around, and then I'm going to take the eraser. Now, as you can see, that's way too big, so I would then go up and change the eraser size. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and I'll be right back. I think that I cleaned it up pretty good, so I'm going to choose View Actual Pixels so you can see the end result. Now you're going to save it in order to put it in the presentation, so you would choose File, Save for Web. Again, make sure that it's a JPEG. Click Save, and I will call this Peyton 2. I will then add it to my PowerPoint And as you can see, I've run out of slides. I'm going way above and beyond by having many examples. I'm going to click on that last slide and choose Control D of the keyboard to duplicate that slide. I will then click on the first image, go to Format, Shape Fill, Picture. I will go to that desktop folder, choose Peyton 1, and then I'll click on that second one and fill that with Peyton 2. This concludes the session on how to do an overlay effect in Photoshop. Until next time, you have a wonderful day.